Hello,
Hello. Uh,
um, welcome. So um, what year group are you? Are you the child or parent? Sorry.
I'm the child.
Okay. So what year group are you in?
Year 13.
Right. So who's your parent?
They're not here right now.
All
They
right.
just, yeah.
What's your parent's name so I can link it in?
Uh, I'll spell it out. B H
Yeah,
A
yeah,
W
yeah,
A
yeah.
N I.
Okay, thank you. Okay. We're expecting some more.
Oh
Some more,
yeah.
some more said yes that they're coming as well. So we'll just sort of like wait a few minutes. So while we're waiting and everything, then what um, what is it? What are you finding difficult?
Um, I wasn't really focused in year 12. And in my mocks recently, I got a U. It
All
was
right,
it
okay.
was the one of the worst in my years, and yeah.
So why weren't you focused in year 12?
Um, I had bad friends, and obviously it was my fault as well. But yeah.
What board are you doing?
AQA.
Everyone's doing AQA this year. Really
Okay.
weird.
Yeah.
It just feels like it. Um, most of my students are AQA. That's GCSE and A level, whereas last year it was OCR, A, and EdXL. So it's really unusual. Um, everything. Maybe everyone's switching to it. So
Yeah.
the are hard. Um, right. Hello, William MS. Are you the parent or the child?
I'm the child.
Okay. Who's your parent? Who registered you?
My mother.
Okay, what's her name, please?
Florence.
Okay. Um, and what year group are you in?
12.
Sorry, 12.
12, yeah.
Okay, so what are you looking for help with?
Um, what do you mean by subjects? Or,
No, I mean in chemistry.
um, sorry, give me a second.
All right, okay, don't worry. What board are you doing?
OCR.
Let's see, is that A or B? Do you know if you're doing A or B?
I'm not sure. A. Sorry.
A. Okay.
A.
B is they describe it as a story, and so you're
Okay.
doing it slightly different. Okay. What were your grades like at GCSE?
7.
Gives me an idea, that's all. Um, so we got Zanab in here as well, or Zainab, sorry. Are you the child or the parent?
Child.
Okay. And what's your parent's name?
Uzma.
Sorry?
Uzma, it's Uzma.
All right, okay, yes. I've been talking to her on your mum, haven't I, on Messenger.
Mhm.
Okay, what year are you in? 13 or 12?
13.
13. Oh, yes. What board are you doing?
AQA.
Um, and is it only the carbonyls that you've got problems with, or you've got other problems?
I think my mum gave Carbonell as a topic, a recent topic that I sort of needed help on.
What was that?
But
Sorry?
my mum gave Carbonell, I think, as a recent topic because I just did that recently and I didn't do too well. But I think if I looked, I'd probably find more.
So you're fine with it now or not?
No, I'm not.
You're not, okay. Carbonyls huge, actually. I always think of carbonyls as that aldehydes and ketones, not esters and such like, basically. Okay, so none of your parents are here or anything, because it's partly for the parents as well. So are they hanging around at all or not?
My mum's actually gone out, so
All right, okay. I did say it was for the parents as well. Well, if anyone else turns out, we've got year 12 and 2 year 13s in. So I was going to do aldehydes and ketones. I haven't actually done it yet, actually, at all. Esters and carboxylic acids I have done. I spread it over weeks, basically, in the way that I do it. Do you have a preference, William? So is that William MS? So is William your first name?
Well, William's my first name. MS is my second last surname. So.
Okay. And Apaha, is that how you say your name?
Yeah.
Okay. So what sort of topics are you like struggling with?
Me.
Yeah.
Like organic chemistry and well, pretty much everything. I'm not gonna lie.
Everyone says organic. What about you, William?
I've just, I think also organic chemistry, to be honest. It's the yeah, just I think it's alcohols oxidation because we've just done it recently.
Right, okay. We'll try and incorporate. So most people have problems with organic. I have no idea why or anything, because it's my favorite part of it. So my background, it's biochemistry. So I'll give a little bit of the background and then I'll go into the demo, basically. Let me just find it. So you have a picture of what I'm like and everything. Oh, wait a minute. Stop that. Get the right screen up. I've got 3 screens here. No. I don't know why I still have that one going to screen. No, screen one's not. Right. So this is me here. I'll take this off. Right, so this is me, Carol. So my name is Carol Padden. I'm the founder of Atomfy Academy. I've been tutor for a long time now. I've been full-time for the last 8 years. Got made redundant at the school or the college I worked at because I worked part-time and I refused to go full-time. So they lost a big, huge contract and all the temporary staff were terminated at the end of their contracts. And then they started on the part-timers like me and I jumped at the redundancy, basically. So let's have a look. Right. So this is the Atoms Science Success Programme. I started off with chemistry. I do GCSE science as well, but I've been mainly targeting A-level chemistry because it's my favourite, basically. So these are the kinds of results that we've had over the last few years. The 9's obviously GCSE. I'm based in Wales, and so most of them will be the A to D grade for GCSE and A to E for A-level. And also some of these are pre-2016 grades as well. So it's just a full range. Obviously the 9's are more recent. During COVID, I helped everybody cheat, basically. Right, so these are the sort of things that you will learn from me, is that you'll learn a better way, or a different way, I should say, of actually enhancing what you're already good at. So it's what's already built into you. And then you get to practice this under my supervision and then applying it. And it also helps you to pass on every single exam that you ever do. For example, I did a law course last year and I got 85% and I studied it. I only did study it for a week. and I got 85%. I'd never done law before, never understood the jargon on websites. And that's why I did it, because I wanted to understand the jargon, make sure I was legal, because the law was changing regarding tutoring. So I wanted to make sure I was legal. So I went on this course. It was meant to be an 8-week course, but I did it in a week. I was tutoring as well on top, and all the other stuff that's like this, although I was doing this slightly different last year. So that's what's today about, as well as giving you a short demo of my lessons. So if you've got any, if you're on your phones, because I won't be using phones, I do use phones in lessons. But if you can just silence them, I've just silenced mine. I won't be using it in this lesson. So hopefully that you'll be able to take action and tell your parents how brilliant I am, hopefully. I'll wait 2 minutes, somebody else is coming in. It always happens. Right, I'll have to get his details later. Right, right, so a bit background to me. I grew up around universities. My dad went to university when I was 2 years old. So I know a lot about university environments. I've also worked in universities in Bristol, Liverpool, Manchester and Cardiff. I also lived abroad for a year, so I ended up in Tokyo University as well. I'm qualified and experienced chemistry teacher. I also have scientific research background as well before I went into teaching. So I actually did things like breast cancer research, leukemia. So it's mainly cancer research as I did. The last project that brought me to Cardiff was to do with thyroid and diabetes. Some of it I am forgetting, hence I've handed over the biology to somebody else to do because I started forgetting it. Because I'm not using it. So this is how I operated before COVID. We had lots of small groups doing practical activities. And then I had also help. So this is one of the other helpers. He's an engineer, so he came in and did a workshop with engineering. I also did in-home tutoring. This is actually all in my home, these photographs. So this is where I'm sitting now. So I'm looking at this at the moment. Table wasn't in the middle. I brought it down during COVID because I had a dog. Dog's died since, and I've just stayed downstairs. But the office is tiny. I don't want to see in the office. Then during COVID, of course, all the schools closed. A lot of tutors stopped working because they were teachers, and they had their own families as well to cope with, and so therefore I ended up being swamped. So in COVID, when all the lockdown, it was fine still doing one-to-one, but when they all went back to school, it was a nightmare. I didn't have enough hours in the day, so everyone got put into the various groups, and I've kind of stayed like that since. So to help me sort of market it, I hired a coach in the end. Wales does conduct free lessons, but I always got stuck at the same point, and I actually hired somebody to help me do it. And I also now got a team. There's another photograph that should be on there, actually. I haven't updated it. I've got another chemistry A-level to help me. So he started last week, and he'll be taking over shortly from me as well. So this is the team at the moment. Hi, Josh. I don't know where you've gone. Let me have a look. We've got 3 screens. So Josh, you've just joined us. What level are you? Are you your A-level or GCSE? Can you talk at all? Because I can't hear you. You can put answers in the chat box. You're 12, okay. What board are you doing? Okay, is that A or B? Okay. Are you having problems with organic chemistry as well, or is there something else that you're having problems with? Right. Yeah. So he's also having problems with organic as well. That's why I do most demos in as well. I did do Bourne Harbour a few weeks ago. Okay, so physics and the biology teacher, the biology unfortunately does GCSE, so I can't help you with if you're doing physics A level, then the physics teacher can do that as well. These are then the back staff I've got helping me do all the other stuff as well. Right, let's have a look. So the aim of this is for you to get those brilliant results, A stars, at A level, because you're all A level. I always aim for 100%. I don't tend to aim for anything less. So this is Mary. She was a few years ago. She was during COVID. She's finished now, actually. She was with me to GCSE, the A stars, because I'm in Wales. But she was really, really excited, as you can see. But I get the same results at A level as well. So my computer playing up. Right, so Ashwin was with me last year, and so was Jason. Jason did OCRB, and he came in with an E and not doing very well. He got an A actually in his A levels, but he got a B in his mocks. So about this time, I think mocks December, January, February, he got a B. So he came in about this sort of time as well. Ashwin was in from the beginning, and he got a 9, and he got a 9 overall as well by the time he finished. Right, so this is what I found out. I thought I'd look at the national average. Now, I know the national average figures, you know, there's 600,000 children, and I only had 89 last year. So I know the figures are different, but it just gives you an idea, because I percentage absolutely everything. That's how you can measure it better. That the national averages are really low, whereas we're really high. So it's just to give you that sort of indication, really. This is the general information I get back from parents. This was a parent last year from a child. He actually was in and out of hospital, and parents couldn't get him to do any work. His GCSEs were coming up, and various teams member, it wasn't just me, there were 3 of us working with him, and he suddenly became enthusiastic without having to be asked to go and do some work, and became generally focused. So it was Upper, you said that you were less focused, so we help you focus as well. So I expect you wanted this. So if you're feeling a bit like this, probably with organic chemistry by the sounds of it. So you're feeling like this? I think I've lost everyone. Oh, there we are. Sorry, my computer plays up every so often. Do you feel confused, lost, disorientated, wish you could get better grades? Give me a thumbs up. Yep. Brilliant. So this is how I can teach my children in the classes as well. If you're not showing your faces, then you have to interact by thumbs up. Some of the classes do end up, the year 13s are all show their faces, which is much better for me as well, because it's great fun. Anyway, this is what some of the children are saying. I don't know, actually, are they still saying this, that the material is covered too fast? Haven't finished the curriculum. I mean, that's more in lockdown, although actually that was before lockdown as well. I'm finding it confused. Are you stressed? Probably not yet, or you might be actually. Are you stressed at all? Do you resonate with any of these? Give me a thumbs up if you do, or a thumbs down if you don't. Right, thank you. So one of you got a thumbs up, so I don't know, I can't assume anything. Right, so you can relate. Right, that's the same as before. So, right, so this is the bit about how we're doing it, and then I'll go into the demo. So if you can write this down, that was just me doing some scribbles on there. So this is the Atom Science Success Programme. I do teach it through chemistry now, but I can teach it through all 3 sciences and maths, but I've dropped the others over the years, so I discovered I prefer chemistry. It's to help you feel more confident, less stress, you earn your A stars and you reach your potential. So that's the main bit, that you reach your potential. I didn't actually ask you, are you all wanting to do medicine or related topics, subjects at university? Do you want to go to university? I didn't ask that, did I? Do you want to go to do you want to do medicine or dentistry or something related? Yep, okay, so you need A's to go to medicine, regardless of the university, I'm afraid. I know if you do the UCAT, then it chooses the university for you, but they still want the high grades. So you can't really leave it to chance. This one here down here, they're actually brother and sister. Kay is he got 3 A stars and his sister A. He went on to do medicine. He's probably in his 4th or 5th year of medicine now. And she went on to do law, so she's probably finished. He was a researcher, she wasn't. So this, it's a minimum really of 12 classes or 12 weeks. Really, we measure on weeks, not classes. People do take different amounts of time. You're actually going to be learning not just chemistry, but you're also going to be learning a new skill. So that takes time. It helps you retain the information, jump the grades, and people get 100% in the test. I wish I'd known about this when I was at school, but I did actually in my O-level maths get 99%. But I wasn't doing it in this style. I was doing it in a different style. So the first thing is that when you come and work with me, everybody does a questionnaire and we discover what your dominant learning style, and this is what actually I found that made the grades jump up before using the dominant learning style. So when I came out of teacher training, I didn't really use it that much, and I found that the grades shifted a bit, but not an awful lot. And so therefore I went back to my notes to find out if there was anything in the teacher training that could help me. And we did a unit on psychology. I'm really fascinated with the brain and how it works. I was discouraged from doing it when I was your age, so I ended up in a different field. But I've always been interested in it. And so therefore I've started using it. I've been now using it 10 years. And so therefore I've got it honed really to, as soon as I see the percentages of the range, so I use visual, auditory and tactile. So when I see the percentages, I know exactly how to teach you. And so did the team, because I've been training them on this as well. So it's not just me now, there's 4 of us have been trained on how to use the dominant learning style. So once you've discovered it, we then start training you to use it within chemistry, because that's what we do it through. But you can use it in all your subjects as well. We will teach you any gaps you've got or any misunderstandings. I'm a great believer in teaching you the right way the first time. So I did, as I said before, that I was doing research, but I was also teaching postgraduates when they came into the lab. And I had to unpick an awful lot of stuff that they picked up, bad habits along the route. And I don't like doing that, basically. So I'm a great believer in teaching it the right way the first time. You will be taught in your dominant learning style. I've now managed to switch it from one-to-one to groups as well, thanks to COVID years and everything. We also help to prepare you to apply the knowledge to the questions. And so that's in understanding the knowledge, basically. And then the grades soar as a result of that. The fastest it's happened is 7 weeks, and the longest is a year. Right, so the next thing we do is optimizing you. So it's enhancing the learning environment. So we do it in groups. We looked at the data a couple of years ago. I looked at all the data and everything, and I discovered that, yes, I used to get great results in one-to-one and everything, but with the interaction of groups, everyone's grades were consistently higher. So everybody in the group, anyone who stayed within the group and did the full time in the group got the grades they were A's and A stars, whereas the ones that dropped out along the route ended up with B's and lower. some of the parents were really angry when they discovered that other people had stayed in and got A's and A stars. Part of it is because you get the extra benefit of having learning style with me. So it's not just chemistry, so ever many times a week, depending on which year you're in, but you also get once a month, you also get help with me I make sure that you're on the right track, whether it's working, whether it's not working. It's also mentioned in all the lessons as well. If you're a visual learner, you do it like this. If you're an auditory, you do it like this. And if you're a tactile, you do it like this. These are the questions that the children over the years have asked. And so therefore we address it. We go through exam papers together. We're about to the time in the timetable. I can't remember exactly. I think year 12s are doing exam questions next week. Year 13s, we're a bit behind. So we got sidetracked on something. So we probably next week or the week after will be past papers. Because it's group, you get supported by everybody in the group. So like you're now all in a group, you are not showing your faces, so nobody can see you being embarrassed or anything like that. It is nicer to see your faces, but I can work like this as well. And so can the team. I've got used to it. When you do show your faces, what the children have been saying is that we've got two different boards here, actually. At the moment, there are two different boards in all the classes. No, three in the year 12. We've got the Welsh ones in as well. And because there's different boards, you get lots more example questions. You can bounce off each other. Myra is later. You'll hear her give her testimony of how she found the groups and everything, and there's some others after that you can listen to. I'm in a tutoring group as well, so I meet with other tutors. We have I quite often just sit there. I used to ask lots of questions, but I don't so much anymore. This week I asked questions. I think there were 6 of us in the group at the time, but I have been in the group when it's 20, 30 as well. When I first went in, I was really nervous as well. So I know what it feels like being really nervous. And then I typed in a question and it got answered. They didn't say who had asked this question. I felt silly asking it. It was to do with Facebook. I thought all the youngsters would know how to do Facebook, or what I mean by the youngsters in this case was 30. So to you, they'd be really old. And they didn't know like me. So after that, I thought, maybe I'm thinking of this wrongly then. So it gave me confidence to actually speak out. So the next time I spoke out. Right, so the last bit is motivation, is keeping you going. I know A-level chemistry is really, really difficult, and a lot of people find it difficult in applying it. I think it's partly the system of the school now, the way that you get trained lower down in the school system. We weren't trained like that. We were trained to think and apply things all the way through school. So when it came to A-levels, it was much easier. Not that I did brilliantly. I mean, I didn't get A stars or anything, but there were no such things as A stars then. And to go to medical school, so I had a friend who went to Cambridge and she was asked for 3 Bs. So it's a completely different environment then. Right, so this is the demo bit. I'm going to do it on actually a whiteboard, I think. So then I don't have to keep rubbing it off, basically. I'm just going to change screens. Right, so this is the bit where you can answer questions as well. You can use the chat box, or you can speak it out, what you know and everything. So we've had just organic as a general, oxidation and carbonyl, sorry. So I was going to do aldehydes and ketones in the carbonyls. I mean, I can do esters and carboxylic acids if you want. Zanab, was there anything in particular in the carbonyls that you were looking at?
I think the mechanisms and the conditions.
Okay, mechanisms what though?
I don't know. I think just overall.
Okay. I don't know what I did with the list. Hold on. Well, I think there's 20 mechanisms that you need to know. I think it's that. I know it's in the teens, definitely, that you have to know. And I made a list of them last year. Right. Let's have a look. So if I start off with, I don't know if you've noticed this at all, that you have carboxylic acid, which is in the middle. So everything goes into carboxylic acid and everything comes out of. Has anyone ever noticed that? So if I put things going in, you can then tell me. It goes into carboxylic acids, and some of them are reversed and some of them are not. So I know year 12s won't know the reverse or anything. We might know some of them actually. Some of them will go like this as well. So carboxylic acid, so I probably should say like carboxylic acid, esters, aldehydes, and ketones are all carbonyls. They have the C double bond O group in them, so that's what makes them all the carbonyls. Do you know anything that makes carboxylic acid? Anyone? No? Aldehydes? Alcohols? You've got acyl chlorides. Anhydride, anhydrides with acid, anhydride. Amides, nitriles. Have you heard of any of these? Yes or no? Year 13? Yep. Yeah. So this would be like the mechanism, not the mechanism, it's a decarboxylation. Okay. Do you know the structures of any of them? I'll see if I've missed any out. Get these sheets out. Last time. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I've forgotten something. I've forgotten esters. Oh, that's all right. Right, the other chemistry, he has an iPad, so he's got a stylus pen that he writes with. I don't. I have a mouse. Which also then makes me slow, which everyone loves, apparently. Right, so I said esters, didn't I? Oh, esters. You've also got ester salts as well, which I should have done the year. So this is me doing it random, you see. I've got that one there, have I? Got esters there. I've probably got too many coming out. I'll put ester salts. There are others, but they don't make carboxylic acid or come from carboxylic acid. So there are others as well that sort of link it in. So these are like all the carbonyl, well, alcohol isn't really. What kind of alcohol makes carboxylic acid? The primary or secondary? But no, primary. Then also you've got other links as well. So alcohols will go also into aldehydes and backwards. We've got I don't have a curve, so I'm going to draw an arrow. We've got the esters, so they're linked. I'm not doing it backwards because I'm not very good at drawing. So that's sort of an outline of it. Okay, so that's what I usually just do for the first bit. I'll just give you an overview of everything. And it kind of freaks everybody out. I don't tend to put the conditions on there. I tend to do it once I go back to it, once I teach it. So when I go back and do it again, you then get it with all the conditions on it. Okay, I can't cut and paste it because it doesn't allow me. If I did put conditions on it, so I could put it on. So we've got oxidation and reduction on that. So if you're year 12, you only do oxidation at this point. So what's the oxidation? So the oxidation is written as this. Do you know what the oxidation agents are? Okay, no, so they're acidified. Oh, so we've got so acidified potassium dichromate or acidified potassium permanganate. That out. So those are that's oxidizing. And then, so that's year 12. And then year 13, you do reductions. So just put the oxidizing on here. Oxidizing alcohol, aldehydes. The others aren't. All right, reduction. I didn't green, didn't I? The reductions are H's. I always want to put R's. If I end up putting R's, you have to correct me. The H. I try to colour coordinate it. So if you're a visual learner, I'll be using lots and lots of colours. It's also nicer so that you can see what goes into what and everything. I'll do a mechanism in a moment. So oxidizing reduction agent. These are, they have lots of names actually. You've got lithium, aluminium hydride. And then the other one, so that one's in ether, which makes it dangerous and explosive, but gives really good results in the aldehydes. And then the other one is sodium boron hydride. I can't remember the number after it. I think it's 4. Check it. Wouldn't make sense. Three. The other name is sodium tetrahydrogeborate, which I think is really difficult to remember. So this is the one that I do teach both, but this is the one I say to everyone to learn. They've got 3 out of them. This one, the sodium boron hydride, is much easier. Not easier, much safer, but it produces a low yield, and so in industry they don't use it. Okay, so those are the oxidizing and reducing agents. Then you also have, to make esters, you need alcohol and carboxylic acid to make esters. To make amides, you need ammonia. To make acid chlorides, oh yeah, this is the weird one as well. It's called this is, I think this is written back to front and everything. So it's SOCl2, and that stands, yeah. Oh. In a moment, and that stands for sulfur, dichloride, oxide. You have to switch the name, so it's just switched around, which I always think is a bit bizarre. Most things aren't, are they, really? And then you've got cyanide, soda lime, water to put things back, acids. When it's acidified, it's usually sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, what I've been telling my students for years is, if you can't remember a catalyst, put sulfuric acid down, because it's generally right, or a transitional metal. Okay, so if you can't remember, so that's one thing. I give little hints like that. Another hint I do is that you need to know the color of things. So you need to know, like, what potassium dichromate goes from to. You don't need to know about the others. Potassium permanganate you need to know, but the hydrides you don't. So in color tests like that, I don't know if you've noticed in the lab. So when you go into the lab next, have a notice the chemicals, what are mainly the color of the compounds when they are not in solutions. Does anyone know? So do you know what sodium chloride looks like? Magnesium chloride, magnesium sulfate, I think others. Potassium iodide, do you know what color they all are? You know what color table salt is? You put table salt on your chips? Do you have chips? Are you still there? Give me a thumbs up if you're still there, please. Otherwise, I'll switch off. Oh yes, so you are still listening. So what colour is table salt? Any ideas? White. Very good. Thank you very much. So, so what I tell everybody is that most compounds are white. There are the exceptions, like copper sulfate is blue if it's with the water attached on the end, but if it's anhydrous, that's also white. The ions, so iron 2 is orange and iron 3, no, sorry, iron 2 is green and iron 3 is orange. Iron 3 is rust, so orange. What else you got? Cobalt is pink. Nickel is green. Manganese is pink. Chromate is green. And then vanadium is depending on what state it's in, it's various colours. And then most things are white. So if you're in doubt and you can't remember, put white. Don't ever leave anything blank in the exam, because you definitely get 0 if you leave it blank. And if you put something in, even if it's wrong, you've got 50-50 chance of being right. Okay, so that's what I tell everybody. It has worked. People have done it. That sat there thinking, what did Carol tell me to do? Oh yes, I remember. I'll put that down. And they've gone home, checked to find out that they're right. And all their friends were wrong because they didn't put anything down. Okay, so that's like the overview, right? So a mechanism, is it to all of the mechanisms? Let's think. Right, so this will help the year 12s as well. So this is one mechanism. I don't know why I'm in green today. Right, do you know what that compound is called? Have a go. Got 3 carbons. We've got double bond in there. So if it's 3 carbons, it's going to be prop. Next double bond, so it's going to be ene. It's propene. So this is also what I do. I go over the names a lot. So I don't just go, this is an alkene. Right, so if I tend to use arrows for the curly arrows. So what we've got here is hydrogen bromide. The bonding in this, so this would catch the bonding as well. You end up having this sort of shape, basically. So this is a dumbbell shape, you know, baby's rattle type thing, shape. The electrons are whizzing around. The bromine is bigger, so it's bigger, and hydrogen is smaller. There are more electrons in the Br. It's also more electronegative than hydrogen, and I did do that the other day, but I can't remember them now. And so the electrons are more likely to go towards a more electronegative number than the hydrogen. I can't remember. They're 2 point something, both of them, but one bromine is higher than that one. So this, then the bromine or the bromide becomes slightly negative and the hydrogen becoming slightly positive. Then the electrons from this double bond here are attracted to the hydrogen because they're negative and that's positive. And so these are the curly arrows. Curly arrows is the movement of electrons. We always do 2, but it's if you do half an hour, it's only a movement of 1 electron, but we don't tend to do that so much. Then Do you know what's formed? Oh, one green. Oh, that's not on. Sorry, change that. I'm not doing it that way anymore. Hmm. I'm going to put the hydrogen on there. This then has a positive charge on it because the electrons have gone to the hydrogen there. And then you also have the bromine. The bromine has a negative charge on it, and it also has a lone pair on it. The lone pair of electrons are then attracted to the carbon. So make sure that you draw where the electrons are coming from. They're coming from the lone pair and they're going to the hydrogen. None of this in the middle, that doesn't mean anything, okay? That's wrong. You have to be precise in the way that you draw this. And then you end up with this compound. Right, so I've drawn it so that this went in the middle. So there is a rule attached to this, and it's called Markovitch's rule. And this then, what I produced here is what's called the major. And it's stable, the major product. It's stable. You can think of it like a seesaw. Oh no, this was not, sorry, this is not stable. This is the minor product. And it's unstable. So if you think of a seesaw, it's unbalanced. We've got bromine on one side. We've got bromine here. And you've got CH3 over here. And if you look at the mass numbers, bromine is 80. And CH3 is 12 plus 3, which gives you 15. So that means it's unbalanced. And we have to convert it into the major product. And the major product are the H and the B are switched around. And so you can make two products on this one. Do you know what this mechanism is called? Year 13 should. Year 12, you've done this. Sapar and Zanab, do you know what this mechanism is called?
Is it electrophilic addition?
It is. Well done. So this one is electrophilic addition. Okay, do you know what the other mechanisms are? We've got electrophilic addition. So in year 12, you learn electrophilic addition and nucleophilic I'll spell it today, nucleophilic substitution. You also learn, I'll just copy all of that. So that's year 12. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Don't know why that's still on there. Let's do it again. Right, so that's what you're doing year 12, and then in year 13, you do electrophilic substitution and nucleophilic addition. You end up switching them around. That's year 12. And if you'd taught it all in one go, you'd be totally confused because everyone's confused anyway. Okay. So with the oxidation of alcohols will go from haloalkanes. That's something I didn't put on there, but it's not actually on there. So haloalkanes, and they go to alcohols. Oh, that's not oxidation actually. And then depending on the alcohol, it either go to an aldehyde or go to a ketone. So what will make it go to a ketone? Actually, I can't move them. Sorry, they changed the board and introduced things and taken out the nice things that you could move the arrows everywhere. What kind of alcohol goes to an aldehyde? We have a, nobody knows, primary. Anyone knows a ketone? There's a secondary. And it depends on where it is. So primary alcohol, it's if I draw the display, so when I have lines on there or H's on there, being really lazy. And then the secondary alcohol, we'll have it in the middle. An aldehyde then will become, so then you oxidize it. And this big, I don't know why that's so far away. That's an aldehyde. And then a ketone. I've got the CO double bond in the middle. Okay, I didn't do any of the others. the carboxylic acid. So this one will go to the carboxylic acid and this one won't. This one actually goes, they both go to nitriles, which you learn about in year 13, but not year 12. They are interlinked an awful lot, organic chemistry, so it makes it really hard to learn it. I teach it interlinked, basically. So where you do the, right at the end of the organic, you do organic synthesis. That's how I tend to teach it. I teach it like that all the way through. I discovered very early on that nobody could actually do interlink it once they'd been taught everything individually. So for the last 8 years, I've been teaching it so it's all interlinked. That's why we take so long to go through it. Okay, so has that been helpful for you? Yes, no? Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just going to go back to the presentation. Right, so I normally do it on here, but it's much easier on here for GCSE than A levels. Right, so these are some of the exam tips that we end up giving you. It's like start early, like the beginning of year 12, really. Revising, looking over your notes and everything, making sure that you understand. If you don't understand, go and get help. Know how to learn. So if you want to learn how to learn in your dominant learning style, as far as I know, I haven't come across anyone else on the internet that's doing it. A lot of people talk about it, but they haven't actually been doing it. I have been following a lot of people, so I follow a lot of tutors to find out what they're up to and how they do things. A lot of us help each other out. I know somebody's just doing it. I can't remember what she's called now, where she's just doing learning styles and then she's doing other things. That's built in with me. So I don't do it as separate. It's all built in together. We get lots of practice questions. I go over them as well. So I tell you how to do them. A lot of people don't read the questions, including me. We discovered this when we did the, we do pass papers at the end of topics, but we also use questions throughout as well. We have, every week we have a question and answer. It's open to all A levels. And you can ask any questions. I haven't actually said anything about the lessons yet. Easy marks, definitions. So like I mentioned, though, in that demo, there's a Markovic's rule, learn it. Okay, that comes up a lot. Think positively, write clearly. And one of the things that my dad always told me that when I went into exams, take 2 deep breaths. Don't take 3, you pass out. It allows the blood vessel to open up, allow the adrenaline to go to your head, and also oxygen. And so you'll be able to think clearly in the first few moments of the exams when you're nervous, basically. Everybody's nervous. If you don't like the word exam, you can do what I did and change the terminology. I called it something else, which I wasn't terrified of because I was terrified of exams. I had exams all through school. I don't know if you do or not. So this is what the children now say. You can hear them as well. So one of them said to me that I was one who taught him to study and school didn't. Everyone now can apply their knowledge to questions because of the way that we teach them. And we will finish the syllabus by the time we get to the exams. Last year we had 6 weeks spare where we just practiced exam questions. I aimed for the end of May. Especially for year 12, because I've got Welsh Board in, and the Welsh Board have an external exam on the 14th of May is their first one. So they have to be ready, which means all year 12 is usually ready as well. And then we go on to year 13 stuff when we've done it. They've got their exams on the 14th and the 21st of May this year. So they're slightly earlier, which a week earlier than last year, which is a bit of a pain. We've got 2 in at the moment. Right, so this is my
improvise in a way that's useless and not wasting a lot of time and separate groups or any group thing? Because sometimes some people have questions I wouldn't usually think of, and they turn out to be like really helpful, help me understand the topic more. But also like how we do everything we need to have this chemistry for all the examples, because then it helps to tackle those really weird questions which you have no clue how to answer because your video is more like on your spot. But because of the lessons, it's more easier to do that.
Okay, so she has just gone to do, she's in her first year of medical school, she got a grade A. I should put her little thing on there when she sent in the summer to me that she thought it was absolutely fantastic, the lessons. That was taken halfway through year 12 when she did a test in school and got 100% in for organic. She came in because of the organic as well. So do you want to be like her? You do? Put your thumbs up. I can't see you. You do. Excellent. I'd like to be like her too. She's lovely, lovely 18-year-old now. Right, so this is how we support you. So we have a learning portal. On there you just see the WJCs, but there are a lot more than on there. We've got all exam boards on there now. This is inside the year 12, I think it is. This is inside the year 12 organic. That's been done slightly different. It does have all the live lessons in there, but also pre-recorded. All the others, the physical side and the organic on the year 13 are just all the live lessons. There's lots of resources in there now. So I subscribe to ChemSheet, so I don't know if your schools do, but I also do. There's also other questions that if you give me a question, I will incorporate it and load it into the portal for everyone to have a go at it as well. You send it to me in WhatsApp. So we use the phones in the lessons quite a lot because we use WhatsApp between each other. So I have my mobile phone in front of me at all times. And if I want an answer back and you can't write on the interactive whiteboard, then you WhatsApp it to me. And then I've got it not only on my phone, but I've got it on the computer. So then I can then have it up and show everybody. You have access. So as soon as, your parents pay, effectively, as soon as your parents pay, you have immediate access to the learning portal. You get all the codes to get into the lessons. You get put onto the WhatsApp group and then you get 24/7 support. So there's also, I think I've got it on the next one, that's the support, or there's the timetable. So the timetable, year 12 and year 13, all classes are at 7 o'clock. This one isn't up and running at the moment, but they're all at 7 o'clock. It's for year 13, it's 3 times a week. So you get 2 sessions on the Monday and the Wednesday are teaching sessions. So just like what I've done now. And then on the Thursday, question and answer sessions. Last week, we were preparing 2 people, somebody in year 12 and somebody in year 11 for tests. So we did 2 different tests. I did half an hour roughly of each. We did actually overshoot. I think it was 40 minutes on each. So it's not precisely an hour. We do try to keep it to an hour, but sometimes we overrun. I wanted to get through some past papers. We did mass spectrometry and for the year 12. I can't remember what I did for year 13. It wasn't organic, I did. It was only Thursday. I can't remember what I did. But I did. So we also stopped the teaching carries on, but the Thursday's been designed for if you've got homework problems and you don't understand something and you want help with. If you've got tests coming up, we do that. We're also behind in the year 13 because some of them had tests on esters and carboxylic acids. And although we'd covered the material, they still didn't understand it. So we spent the Monday and the Wednesday doing it again so that they could do it because a lot of them had tests in it. So we do stop it. If nothing is going on, in the way I've always worked is if nothing is going on in school that you don't need any help with, we just carry on with the syllabus so that you get ahead. sometimes you're ahead. So some of the children have told me that they loved being ahead and they felt super intelligent in class and they could answer the questions. And that gave them a really nice feeling. And some of them were like, now I understand chemistry, because the teachers, depends on the teacher. Some of them waffle. I mean, you do hear about me as well, but I tend to teach mainly. I also have one-to-one built in as well, so that I've been generally doing it after the lessons. So like on Monday, if somebody is coming to have a one-to-one with me, we're going to talk about how well they're doing, the progress, how well the learning style is. When you've been in a month, you have it, so it's every month that you're in the program until you've got your learning style sorted out. There's lots of interaction on the WhatsApp group as well, so you're not just left to flounder or anything. You do get lots of support. If you don't want to put the questions into the WhatsApp group, you can send them to me. I will put them in the group. I won't say who they're from. You will get the answer back, but the group won't. They will get it in the lesson, in the question and answer session. So you've had fact titrations in there. We've had all sorts in there. So it's not just necessarily what I'm doing, because I'm not doing the physical at the moment. I'm only doing the organic. From past experience, I found that the organic is never finished and it's also taught badly, especially the instrumental analysis for the WJCs, because I'm based in Wales. The teachers were rushing it at the end, so I tend to teach it first, the organic, and then we haven't quite got up to the instrumental analysis in either program. So because that draws it all together, and then that's tests to find out whether you really do know your organic chemistry, because it draws it all together. And we've got some really nice questions to do that with. You don't need to worry about the GCSE ones. The Monday at 6 o'clock, that'll be probably after Christmas, because that'll be a physical group. And then there'll be another physical group for, organic group, sorry. So this term we're doing organic. Next term we will be running organic and physical. So this group that are in at the moment, they will be going into the physical side, in organic side, and then there'll be another group starting after Christmas for the organic. So we end up running 2 side by side. So there are other time slots in there available. I've had to bring somebody in to help me, because otherwise they run until 9 o'clock, because that's what happened last year. I started the second cohort. They had to run 8 to 9 o'clock, and it's very tiring doing that, because I have other classes. I've got others local. I still do service local children as well, and so they are face to face, because nobody else can do them, because they don't live in Cardiff. So that's where I'm based. Okay. This is the WhatsApp community. The year 12 and 13 have been combined together. The year 12s that come into the question and answer. Last year it was only open to year 13s. This year I've opened it up to year 12s, and they really like it. One girl said that she liked the fact that she could see what she's needs to know for next year, and she found that really encouraging. She also found that the year 13s were also struggling as well. I found that encouraging. So she keeps coming as well. So are you ready to take action today? Do you want to come on board? I know it's your parents will be paying and not you. So do you want to have lessons with me? Or is Hamad actually as well? Me and Hamad? Hamad will teach like me as well. Yes, you do? Okay. That is not right. That's not the right price. I didn't change this, sorry. Actually, that's the right price, but it's for 4 months instead. So we're running a Black Friday offer at the moment. And I've got it up on a different screen. So it's for 3 times a week. It's for 4 months, and it's $9.99 for 4 months. Normally it's for 3 months, but we're running it for Black Friday. As a special offer, you get access to a learning portal. The workbooks are GCSE mainly, but their chem sheets and lots of other things. The experiments, if you want to ask me about anything to do with experiments, we do run through those questions as well. There's lots of quizzes on there. There's clinics for the A level, and you also get a private channel to me, which is the WhatsApp. So you can talk to me outside classes as well. You get a response back. So anyone got any questions? No? You can listen to.
Okay, and how they now? The test I'm getting is especially in organic chemistry, which is what I'm struggling with. That's really good. So we're coming up to the exams. How do you feel about the exams? I'm not 100% sure I'm ready, but I do feel more confident, especially with organic chemistry. What's made you feel more confident? I think I now know more of the content. I understand it better. Helps you understand it better. I think the major thing that contributed was knowing my learning style, because I didn't know what my learning style was until I started doing. And so, did you elaborate on that, please? I was trying to use a like more conventional learning styles, like taking notes the way other people take notes, because that's what they taught me in school. But I realized that I'm a visual learner, so shorter sentences, diagrams help me learn more than like the notes I used to take and the rest of it. Because usually I would just go and take like a whole book with me, so I'm trying to study everything to keep everything I have, but now I use like little flashcards, and I like to really that's it because I can those like words, phrases, and it's too much. That's really good. And you told me last time that you started using lots of colours as well in the way you were learning. Okay, well, that's really good, that is. So is there anything that you would advise to people for A levels, studying A levels? Is there anything that you would recommend? I would recommend like knowing what your style is very important, especially for A level, because if it was a lot of content and just use, and if you don't know what like studying is supposed to be, then it's going to be terrible. But if you feel like that's going to significantly increase your chances of getting like high grades, I feel like if you're struggling with something, you know, choose to get to ask for help, whether that be like in the form of a tutor. You like reading up my lessons? Yes, I really do. What do you like about them? I like that they're very inclusive. So, because in the lessons, you always try to everyone's like reading like their own style. So there are lots of colors, lots of diagrams, and they're also like so you can like choose what works for you and like kind of move with it. That's what I do, and I really like that. So it's not just strategies or tips or anything. It's more the learning styles. Is that what you were saying? For me, I think the majority of my problem is the learning style. The learning style is very important to learn with them. Yeah. Knowing about it and how to do it is very important. I think that the learning style is one of the most important things. I feel like if I like more on my learning style wasn't in like I think I could wasn't anything, but I think I might have been better than I was. So that's really good, that is. So you're going to use it now for the rest of your life. You've learned a really important skill that you can actually take it right across everything. Yes. Yes. And you can use it in the other subjects as well? Yes, I use it in all my subjects. Excellent. So that's what we wanted, wasn't it? Yes. As well as getting the chemistry up and everything, you've also learned some important skills that you can use with, because you're going to study medicine, is that right? Oh, no, through the course of the which how much face sorry. Difficult. You have to do a multi-category for that? Oh, that's handy. It's still in the A, don't you? But unfortunately, it's still in the A and everything. So you do that because it's a really tough course to get into from what I can remember. Yeah. But you can use it at university as well now.
Right, so she's, I can't remember which university she went to, but she's doing clinical psychology and she got her A. So you heard that she was with me last year, so she's just recently done it. So she's in the same class as Myra. Her name's Chinny. So she thought that learning styles was really important. I think it's really important. It's really helped me in the way that I study as well. And I hopefully you'll come on board and then you'll find that this is a skill that is really crucial to master. Okay. I don't know who I've got after.
So 6 weeks. So I think it's really helpful. That's you do it twice a week, so I tend to forget them to do it twice a week. I can kind of stick in my head. So I do chemistry twice a week now. So my chemistry grades for AS, like I wasn't really doing good for the first year. It was like I was getting like C's and D's mostly. Like so I thought if I'd got a tutor then I would improve my grades. My exams. Okay. Do you know the way I teach? Yeah, I really do. It's just like you go really slowly and like I can understand it. Because in school my teachers go really fast. Like they get through the calculus really fast and can't write stuff down. But then you go really slowly and I can understand most of it. That's really good. I think they're really nice. Yeah. You're like nice to talk to and really open. Yeah. Okay. The lessons are really fun. I like to get more in teaching it. It's kind of interesting the way you teach. I think that more is better than what I get taught at school. Like I don't know, I kind of find it boring at school. I don't know, like just the way my teacher teaches it. It's not fun. Yeah. Sort of like a number of each one. It's the way you like put out your points, how you like draw stuff on the board. You like to explain it right, like in detail. I can understand it, but so 6 weeks.
Sorry, let's start again. This is a GCSE one, although actually I haven't got the one I was hoping on there. Right, the GCSE one. Oh, come back to the beginning. Sorry. Oh. Right, Kate. She's gone. Oh, there. So Kate, I had from 6. So she's the longest person I've had. She's 18. She's just gone to university as well, but she didn't do A-level chemistry. Oh, let's do that. So this was done on Skype.
She's brilliant. She communicates how you learn, and she knows the lessons. Obviously, because they can be very the past much when you else do it. They give a chance. It's something like that, but before, but the practical you do it's not just the teaching that you get. I've been with Carol for 6 years, so yeah, I think everyone 6 years. You know, you get to know a lot. Like, you really get to expect something good. You know, I'm talking about you, so okay. Repeat the question. I'll sidetrack. What did I can't remember. I said, what do you like about it? What anyway, sort of like what am I like as a person? So I think that was a blessed at first, really, really interacting. You know, every lesson you're focusing on, like I don't know about in other students, but every lesson you're focusing on a new subject and how to just skim off it. She really goes a step with it. She really understands what she's patient with you as well. So see it's fun as well. See, you know, that's all right, but it's very, very fun. She's actually, you know, she's and she's not just doing it because, you know, it's a good job. She's doing it because she's a good understand what you're learning. She's absolutely wonderful. She's such attention. I've had shoes before that haven't been quite as good as Carol. But obviously, like I said, it was Carol for 6 years, so you know, she's actually doing something right. She's absolutely wonderful, and she's just a genuinely loving person as well as being, you know. Yeah, you always excited to go to lesson with Carol. So she's brilliant. She's always a good mood as well. Always really, really happy. She's just really nice to be around as well.
Right, so that just gives you an idea from other students as well. I've noticed that one of them, what's her name? Zainab has left. I was going to give you, this is the link. I'll send it to your parents as well. Okay. Joshua, I don't know who your parent is. Can you write it in the chat box for me, please? Yeah, you can put your dad's email in. All right, okay, I know who you are now. Yeah, the others said that they were going to spin up as well, but they haven't. Right, so I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sharing now. I know none of the parents are around because you said, unless I don't know about yours, Josh. Is your parent around or not? No, isn't it? No, all right, okay. Sorry, taking it off the chat. There we are. Okay. So I'll send them a link, okay, with the payments in. You can tell them about what you learned and whether you liked it or not. I hope you enjoyed it and got some information out of it. It's just a short demo of how we teach. So it's slow, as you heard from the others, detailed, and I'm training the others to be like that as well, so that when they take over from me. So would you be interested in coming aboard? Okay. Well, thank you ever so much for your time, and I hope you've learned something out of this. I do ask lots of questions, as you heard, trying to get feedback. We also name everything as well when we do the organic. So, like I did the protein, as we're going through. And it takes for the organic, it takes for the year 12, we've already been doing it 3 months, September, October, November, yeah. So it's 3 months with so far. We haven't quite finished it. It usually takes about 3 months, so we're a bit behind on that as well, it looks like. It's because we've been doing other stuff in between, that's why. And the year 13, it takes 4 months usually to do all of the organic. That's what I've worked out as it takes, okay? So hopefully we'll see you in the classes. All right. So take care. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.